All praises, all praises, all praises to the heavenly, holy, almighty creator of infinity, eternity, the universe, and all there is. This is Revelations.UNVEILED.DETROIT. Hello, family. We are back together again where we will sit and dine on the divine milk, manna, bread, and wine of the holy history of the nation of Israel. And we're continuing our series on the book of the first Maccabees, the Greek captivity, the series of history removed from the Bible, thus leaving a hole of information between the Old Testament and the New Testament. And so, as we continue with the valiant warriors and guardians and priests of the holy southern kingdom of Judah, we are revisiting the brother Maccabees and their exploits for defense and preservation of the holy people and the nation. And so, in this episode, we will be reviewing the covenant and the meeting with Rome. And we began. The book of First Maccabees, chapter 8, verse 1. Now Judas had heard of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them, and make a league of amity with all that came unto them. And that they were great men of valor. It was told him also of their wars and noble acts which they had done among the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute, and what they had done in the country of Spain for the winning of the mines of silver and gold which is there, and that by their policy and patience they had conquered all the place, though it were very far from them, and the kings also that came against them from the uttermost part of the earth, till they had discomfited them and given them great overthrow, so that the rest did give them tribute every year. Besides this, how they had discomfited in battle Philip and Perseus, king of the Chittims, which others had lifted up themselves against them, and had overcome them. How also Antiochus, the great king of Asia, that came against them in battle, having 120 elephants with horsemen and chariots, and a very great army. He was discomfited by them. And how they took him alive, and covenanted that he and such as reigned after him should pay a great tribute and give hostages, and that which was agreed upon. And the country of India and Media and Lydia, and of the goodliest countries which they took of him, and gave to King Eumenes. Moreover, how the Grecians had determined to come and destroy them. All right, family, so this is the introductions to the new Roman Empire, the mergence of the Greco Empire into the now Roman rulership. Verse 10, and that they, having knowledge thereof, sent against them a certain captain, and fighting with them slew many of them, and carried away captives their wives and their children, and spoiled them, and took possessions of their lands, and pulled down their strongholds, and brought them to be servants unto this day. It was told him besides how they destroyed and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and isles that at any time resisted them, but with their friends and such as relied upon them they kept amity, and they had conquered kingdoms both far and near, insomuch as all that heard of their name were afraid of them. Also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign, and whom again they displace. Finally, that they were greatly exalted. Yet for all this none of them wore a crown, or was clothed in purple, to be magnified thereby. Moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in daily council, consulting a way, and always for the people, to the end that they might be well ordered, and that they committed their government to one man every year, who ruled over all of their country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them. In consideration of these things, Judas chose Eupolemus, the son of John, the son of Achos, and Jason, the son of Eleazar, and sent them to Rome to make a league of amity and confederacy with them, and to entreat them that they would take the yoke from them, for they saw that the kingdom of the Grecians did oppress Israel with servitude. They went therefore to Rome, which was a very great journey, and came into the Senate, where they spoke and said, Judas Maccabeus with his brethren and the people of the Jews have sent us unto you to make a confederacy and peace with you, and that we might be registered your confederates and friends. So that matter pleased the Romans well. And this is the copy of the epistle which the Senate wrote back again in tables of brass and sent to Jerusalem, that they might have by them a memorial of peace and confederacy. Verse 23. Good success be to the Romans and to the people of the Jews by sea and by land forever. The sword also and enemy be far from them. If there come first any war upon the Romans or any of their confederates throughout their dominion, the people of the Jews shall help them, as the time shall be appointed, with all their heart. Neither shall they give them anything unto them that make war upon them, or aid them with victuals, weapons, money, or ships, as it has seemed good unto the Romans. But they shall keep their covenants without taking anything therefor. In the same manner also, if war come first upon the nation of the Jews, the Romans shall help them with all their heart, according as the time shall be appointed them. Neither shall victuals be given to them that take part against them, or weapons, or money, or ships, as it has seemed good to the Romans. But they shall keep their covenants, and that without deceit. According to these articles did the Romans make a covenant with the people of the Jews. Howbeit, if hereafter the one party or the other shall think to meet to add or diminish anything, they may do it at their pleasures, and whatsoever they shall add or take away shall be ratified. And as touching the evils of Demetrius, what he does to the Jews, we have written unto him, saying, wherefore you made your yoke heavy upon our friends and confederates, the Jews. Verse 32. If therefore they complain any more against you, Demetrius, we will do them justice and fight with you by sea and by land. All praises, family. And so in this chapter of the first Maccabees, We see the emergence of the Roman Empire. We see the diminishing of the Grecian Empire. We see now that the Romans have entered into a friendly covenant with the nation of the Jews, the tribe of Judah, the Judeans, the southern kingdom. And so now, from this point forth, we shall watch the remnants of the Grecian Empire continue to dissipate while we watch the growth of the Roman Empire. And so once again, this is the history of the Holy Scripture that was removed, that will give us understanding as we now consider those books of the Romans and the Galatians. These were areas conquered by these Edomite Gentile powers. And so, Lord willing, we will continue on this adventure of the history of mystery for the Holy Hidden Nation. So, once again, family, we add to our intellectual and spiritual threshold, and we will continue with our mental marination, evaluation, and elaboration for the edification and education of the Holy Hidden Nation. All praises. And until we are together again, I love you. I love you. I love you. This is Revelations.UNVEILED.DETROIT. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verses 6 through 9. For we are a holy people unto the Lord our God. The Lord our God has chosen us to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon us, nor choose us because we were more in number than any people, for we were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved us, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn to our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, has the Lord brought us out with a mighty hand and redeemed us out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Verse 9. Know therefore that the Lord our God, he is God, the faithful God, which keeps covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.